Shalom, ye men of Israel, Bayat Shal Dawadah, house of David. I'm going to start off by giving our thanks, our praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahar Rakar Kodash. Yahweh being a true Hebrew name of the Heavenly Father, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, but Yahweh, which is Hebrew, and it comes with power. It means he is to be, to exist. Bahashem in the name, Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son of the Most High Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. But that name has to be in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, he delivers, he is our salvation. Bahashem in the name, Wahar and the Rakar Spirit, Quadash, holy, which is the Holy Spirit. I'm going to give double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone, rule well, teach well, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are pushing his truth and sincerity and diligence. That great multitude that will hear the word and believe on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai and prophecy and the truth, love, which is the law, statutes, commandments, and faith of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I am the brother Bernard Bond of the Dallas GMS camp, coming to you again with another lesson. Praying that this lesson is edifying. All right? So we'll try to make this a quick lesson and to the point. All right. So this is an article that I found titled Disaster by CBS News, Flooding in Tanzania and Kenya Kills Hundreds as Heavy Rains Continue. You see, so the Most High is definitely making his presence known. Of course, the world may not know that Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing all these things, but we know. All right, as it says in Amos 3:7, he will do nothing but he reveals the secrets to his servants, the prophets. So being in these scriptures, man, knowing what time it is, 2 Ezra 9:1, and these prophecies that are, popping off the pages is a sign and a token that of the end times that this kingdom is about to fall. All right, so we'll listen to this real quick, read a little of this article, read a second article, and then we'll go on to the scriptures, man.
Climate change is becoming an increasing threat to Africa. The continent accounts for the smallest share of global greenhouse gas emissions, yet the region is tackling some of the worst impacts of climate change. Experts say many parts could see extreme weather events and loss of land, while others could face water and food scarcity in the future.
It says water and food scarcity in the future. All right. So Yahweh Shemel Shai uses men to do his biddings. Okay. He works the mind of these different nations, and they like to use that term climate change. And that's them just controlling the weather. All right. Again, doing the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai, these prophecies have to come to fruition. All right. Well, listen a little bit more.
Christopher joins us now. He is a senior researcher at the African Climate and Development Initiative. He's also a director of the Climate Risk Laboratory. Christopher, thanks so much for being here. Tell us which...
And again, these are sorcerers, man. All right. They use their weaponry, their weather control machines to do all these things throughout the world. All right. It just said this is the African climate change resources for Africa. They're doing all these things, man. But again, this is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Continuing on.
Which areas of the continent are the most vulnerable?
Thank you for having me. In the context of Africa, really the whole continent is vulnerable depending on the climate hazard you're talking about. The science is clear, and this applies to more than Africa, that climate change is a threat to human well-being and the health of the planet. And any delay in concerted global action would miss a brief and rapidly closing window to secure a safe and livable future for people and for the planet. Right where I am in Cape Town, for example, we are already seeing the impacts of climate change. The Cape Town drought of 2015 to 17, where the city nearly ran out of water, that was assessed to have been 3 times more likely because of human-caused climate change. And just last week, over 400 people died on the east coast of South Africa because of flooding, and heavy precipitation events of the type that led to that event are also attributed to human-caused climate change. In parts of West Africa, we're seeing extreme heat events. In East Africa, malaria is moving into the highlands as the mosquito that transmits malaria is finding more suitable climates as it warms at higher elevations. In the marine environment around Africa, we're seeing increased heat waves in the ocean that's leading to the death of coral reefs. On land,
So Esau was saying humanity is causing climate change. You have to ask yourself, how is humanity and who is humanity? That's his new speech of trying to hide himself. Because it's not Jake, you so-called black, Hispanics, Native Indians. You have no power. You have no resource. All right? You have nothing that will be causing this climate change. You have to look to who is running this world. As it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked is doing all these things. And he guises himself or disguises himself as humanity. Okay? And disguises what he's doing as climate change. All right? We'll hear a little bit more and then we'll read a little this article.
And we're seeing birds moving higher elevation, tracking climate as it warms. We're seeing animals move towards the temperate regions of the continent, animal species. We're also seeing reduced food production, loss of life from extreme heat-related events, and reduced economic output.
He's talking about famine, okay? And it said loss of life. Even the animals are moving toward water. And these are all the signs of this time coming to an end. Again, 2 Ezra 9:1, where it says, measure ye the time. Well, how do you measure the time? You have to look to the scriptures and then look in real time what's going on throughout the world. As it says in Deuteronomy 32:39, the Most High is doing all these things, man. You see? So I'm going to read a little of this article because there's a second article I want to hit up. Then we hit the scripture. It says, hundreds of people in Tanzania and Kenya are dead after heavy rain during the region's monsoon season, official says. Flooding in Tanzania caused by weeks of heavy rain, like the rain that hit up Dubai. And there's some mystery around, what actually took place. They say some type of machinery was used, weather machine was used that gave Dubai a whole year of rain in a couple of days. You see? Again, this is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It goes on to say, flooding in Tanzania caused by weeks of heavy rain has killed 155 people and affected more than 200,000 others, the Prime Minister said Thursday. It said that is more than double the number of deaths reported 2 weeks ago as the amount of rainfall increases, especially in the coastal region and the capital, Dar es Salaam. Flooded schools have been closed, emergency services have been rescued, people marooned by the floodwaters, road, bridges, railways, and other infrastructure have been destroyed, official says. So this is happening in Tanzania and in Kenya. All right, let's switch gears. Again, we're looking at all these things that are being manifested, and that's pursuant to, all right, the prophecies. Let's hit up this article right here because this came in today. All right, and this actually happened in Taiwan 2 hours ago. It says a 5.8 earthquake, Taiwan region watched for larger movement Friday, 4/26/2024. So it just happened today. So let's hear a little bit about this.
Going out there, folks. Welcome back here to a Friday. It is the Earth Master out here with a quick update video on a earthquake here coming into the Taiwan area once again. A 5.8 earthquake coming in to the area of interest, and I say the area of interest because that has been a place of many earthquakes here recently. Doesn't look like USGS is picking up on that earthquake yet. This one here, a 4.8, was from early this morning today, but
he said many earthquakes, man. As it says in Matthew 24:6, it says what? Paraphrasing, right? Rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. All right. And if you've been following current events, Japan has experienced several earthquakes. China, okay, California.
for the past few days or so. They, of course, seen that 7-pointer back in early April, and then they seen a couple days of aftershocks, and then it calmed down for a week or so. And then a few days ago, we started to see a big-time earthquake swarm kick up there with 5s and 6s in terms of magnitudes. Calmed down for a little bit, and now we're ramping back up here today. So keep an eye on the Taiwan area. I do think that there's potential out here of seeing something larger in this area. Of course, back in 1920, they did see an 8-pointer just here to the east, right around this plate boundary, the subduction zone there right in the middle. So keep an eye on it. I'm out here in the beautiful state of Kansas, observing some small towns. Not going to be chasing the weather out here today. It's way east of me over by Kansas City, eastern Kansas, and way down into Texas. I'm going to set up here for tomorrow's severe weather event in Oklahoma somewhere. But for now, stopping at these little beautiful towns here in Kansas and just seeing and meeting some nice people out here. All right, we'll catch you guys back out here a little bit later on, folks. Stay safe and be prepared.
All right, so that's enough of that. We just wanted to get the gist of current event, the earthquake that just hit Taiwan, 5.8 on a Richter scale. We'll read this article. It said, new earthquake has hit Taiwan, raising fears of bigger quakes to come. This quake is the latest in a series that has kept local authorities and residents alert. Experts are watching these developments closely for the latest updates on earthquake activity. Keep following our coverage. So that's all we wanted on this, man. You know, it speaks for itself. All right, let's go ahead and hit up the scriptures. I want to get and I want to get that in a GNT, 2nd Ezra 9:1. All right, 2nd Ezra 9:1. And it reads, he answered, consider all these things very carefully when you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared. And you will know that the time has come when Yahweh, Ba'ashem al-Shah, will bring judgment on the world he has created. So that judgment is going out throughout the world, man. All right. In these last days, you're seeing record numbers of earthquakes. People now, are trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Whereas the men on the Lord, Great Millstone, have been on the highways, byways, on YouTube, prophesying these things. Pro means before, facade means to say. So now it's being manifested, and now they're experiencing the prophecy. They are in the prophecies. Goes on to say there will be earthquakes, national rebellions, Israel, Iran, Hamas, Ukraine, Russia, United States and Iran as well. So there will be earthquake, national rebellion, international intrigue, unstable leaders. your Donald Trump, Biden, Putin, Netanyahu, as Elder Makama always says. It said, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what Yahweh, Ba'ashem al-Shah, has spoken about since the beginning of creation. Beautiful. All right. So we've acknowledged that who is doing all these things. Yeah, in hindsight, you may say it's nature. All right. You may even go as far as say it's Mother Nature. But we know it's he that created all things. So let's get Deuteronomy 32 and 39. And it reads, I and I alone am Yahweh. No other power is real. I kill, I give life, I wound, I heal, and no one can oppose what I do. You see? It says no one can oppose what I do. So Yahweh Ba'ashem al-Shah is doing all these things, man. All right? It says what? Over 150 deaths in Kenya and its neighboring country. All right. I also mentioned the earthquake that's going on in Taiwan. The Most High is telling you, Okay, of course, people don't go back to the Old Testament, you so-called Christians. You don't go back to the Old Testament to realize that the Most High prophesied of these things and told you that he would do it before he did it. Okay? And we have to understand that these are the beginning of sorrows, as it says in 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. Let's go ahead and get that. 2nd Ezra. All right. Let's see a good starting point. 16. It reads in a GNT, the Good News Translation, trouble will come, and many people will groan. Famine will come, as they said, in Africa, the various regions of Africa. Okay, that famine, water, all of those things are going to become scarce. It said famine will come, and many will die. We just read that in the article. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disaster will come, and everyone will be terrified. What will people do when these disasters come? Well, they're here. They're here. And we have to understand that term gradualism, because it just doesn't all happen at one time. It gradually builds itself up. If you can recall, at the early part of this year, or shall I say at the latter part of last year, China and Japan experienced, going into the new year, several earthquakes and tsunamis. You see? And that was that gradualism that we're talking about. And it's building up because the Most High is beginning at this time to visit the earth. And again, the Most High is doing all these things. Let's get Amos 3 and 6. We have to acknowledge our power, that this is his creation, and he doeth with it whatever he likes. He's a God. You have to understand what a God can do, whatever he wants to do. It says, does war, this is Slaki, Amos 3 and 6, does the war trumpet sound in a city without making the people afraid? At my job, every Thursday, all right, there's a siren that goes off. They say it's a weather warning, but it's also a warning of incoming, let's say, bombs, because it goes off without a hitch every Thursday. It says, does disaster strike a city unless the Lord sends it? See, so the Most High is doing all these things. And we are letting you know, as the men of the Lord, we're letting you know that the Lord is doing all these things, man. As it says, the sovereign power never does anything without revealing his plans to his servants, the prophets. So the prophets are warning you. The prophets are warning you, as it says in Ezekiel 3 and I believe 12, all right? Yahweh Bashim Shah said, warn the people from me. Warn the people from me. You see? And that's what the prophets are doing today. Now, if you were here or forbear, prophecy would still go on, man. You see? Let's get Job 4 and 7. Because people don't understand that the Most High, he giveth life, and he taketh away life. He is the Father of spirits, as it says in Hebrews. This is Job 4 and 7. And it reads, think back now. Name a single case where someone righteous met with disaster. Okay? So I have seen people plow fields of evil and plant wickedness like seed. Now they harvest wickedness and evil. A lot of these places that are experiencing, okay, this disaster, whether it be earthquakes, tsunamis, famine, that is the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That is the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Shai. As it says in Romans, I believe, 9 and 13, who has resisted his will? Let me make sure I quoted that right. Who has resisted Yahweh Bashim Shai's will? No one. Meaning there's no such thing as free will. What happens to you happens according to his will. You see? And you have to obey his will. All right? What was I looking up? That was, say, Romans 9. Let's see, 13. with me. All right. It's Romans 9 and 19. It said, Thou wilt say then unto me, why does he yet find fault? For who has resisted his will? Okay. It said, Nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh? By Shimon Shah shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, Why hast thou made me dust? Of course, that's going into Esau and Jacob, all right, son of the wicked and son of power. But this also is that defiant spirit of those that think there's such thing as free will, because the Most High is doing all these things. You may even want to question why, but who are you to question Yahweh Shimon Shah on his judgment? He created all these things, including you. You see? So I want to end off Job 12 and 7. All right. Since we're here, we'll read it here. Job 12:7 said, But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind. So we are his property, all 18 nations, okay? But Israel is the apple of his eye, and we are bearing witness to a change in management, okay? We are bearing witness, according to these scriptures, according to the prophecies, these are the end times, as it says in Matthew 24 and 6. All right, those rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, we're seeing this. So we give all thanks and praise to Yahweh Shimon Shah for making good his word. And that also signifies that Esau, Edom's kingdom, as it says in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. We'll get that. We'll close out on that. Okay, 2 Ezra 6:9. It's a change in rulership, man. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, well, let's start up at the top. Salakia. 2 Ezra 6:7. Then answered I, this is Ezra was having a dialogue with Uriel, the angel of Yahweh Shimon Shah, because he wanted to know all these things that was befalling Israel. Why? Okay. And it reads, 2 Ezra 6:7, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the time? What shall be the end, the splitting and the breakage of the times? And when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau, these are the main characters. The spirits are back today. You so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, Native Indians, you represent the lineage of Jacob. And the so-proclaimed white man, okay, represents that spirit of Esau, Edom. And that is the reason why you're getting shot down in these streets. One, for your disobedience to Yahweh Shimon Shah. And secondly, because it was written that way for the 2/3. It said, and he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born of him, Jacob had first the hill of Esau. Okay, so Esau came out first, as it says in Genesis 25. Okay, that Slack Genesis 5:25. I think I mixed the numbers. Correct. Genesis 5:25. All right, all right. Bear with me. Genesis 25, okay, and 23, starting at 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, so when we go back to 2 Ezra 6 and 8, This is letting you know that that struggle still goes on. Okay? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob handheld first the heel of Esau, that fight. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's the end of that story, meaning that who's ruling in these times is Esau, Edom. For the Most High gave it unto him. Okay, Job 9:24. But that's only for a time period, as it says in Daniel, all right, 4:17, that the Most High sets up the kingdom of men. This matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth to whomsoever he will, set up over it the basis of men, who is ruling right now. But his kingdom is about to come to an end. Okay? But these prophecies have to happen, man. Okay? These are those times of sorrows, where these things are manifesting themselves, and the Most High is visiting the world which he made, which is also a token, which is a sign that our kingdom is rising up. Kwam Yasharala. And I end on that note. I'm going to give all thanks, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara Kwakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, teach well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are pushing his truth and sincerity in a great multitude, that will hear the word and believe on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, in prophecy and in truth, love, which is the law, statutes, commandments, and faith of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Again, we're rising, and that's through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, beginning with fear, the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, Kwam Yasharala, and Abba Bar Babylon. Shalom, Israel.